about the origin of your favorite hobbies and how they became popular? If so, you're in the right place. Welcome to Jimmy's Deep Dive Podcast. To start, we have to understand what the true meaning of a hobby really is. For example, a hobby is an activity a person does for enjoyment, happiness, or relaxation. It's something that they want to do in their free time because they have nothing else to do and they enjoy it. For example, one of my own hobbies is cooking because it lets me express myself in flavors of spices and the ingredients I put into my food. As the episodes continue, we'll be talking one-on-one with many other people, and we will take a deep dive into their hobbies. Each episode will be filled with informational facts that you probably never knew. In today's pilot episode, we'll be talking about sewing, which is the craft of fastening pieces of textiles like fabrics and felts together using a sewing needle and thread. It is considered one of the oldest textile arts, originating in the Paleolithic era. A person who sews may be called a sewist, sewer, or stitcher. The title seamstress and dressmakers are for a person who makes clothing for women. A tailor is for a person who makes clothes for men. For thousands of years, all sewing was done by hand. The sewing machine, which was invented in the 19th century, enabled mechanized stitching, and the mass production of garments expanded in the 20th century. Hand sewing still remains common in high-quality tailoring and custom dressmaking, and is practiced by both textile artists and hobbyists as a means of creative expressionism. It was estimated to begin in the Paleolithic era, and it was used back then to stitch together animal hides for clothing and shelter. During the Middle Ages, Europeans who could afford it employed seamstresses and tailors. The vital importance of sewing was indicated by the honorific position of Lord Sewer, as many European coronations from the Middle Ages. Sewing transitioned from a necessity to a hobby through industrialization and the rise of ready-to-wear clothing in the 20th century, which reduced the need for homemade garments. The invention of affordable home sewing machines and the availability of paper patterns in the late 19th and early 20th century made it easier for people to sew for pleasure. Following the golden age of sewing in the 1950s, sewing evolved into a leisure craft, particularly as more women entered the workforce and had less time to sew out of necessity. Modern resurges are driven by a desire for better fit, quality, sustainability, and creative individualized fashion. The growth of online communities, tutorials, and social media platforms has revived interest in sewing as a creative DIY hobby. As commercial production made clothing cheaper, sewing shifted from a cost-saving household chore to a creative leisure activity focused on customization, quality, and personal expression. Another key factor to why sewing is so nice is its eco-friendly elements. Sewing can help the environment by promoting sustainable habits that reduce waste, combat fast fashion, and lower carbon footprints. It enables the repair and alteration of upcycling garments, keeping textiles out of landfills. By creating custom clothing, individuals can reduce reliance on mass-produced, resource-intensive goods while utilizing eco-friendly materials. Mending, darning, and repairing ripped seams or broken zippers prevents the clothes from being thrown away prematurely. Old, damaged, or outdated clothing can be transformed into new garments, bags, rags, or reducing waste. Sewing on your own clothes reduces the demand for sweatshop-produced items and decreases the carbon footprint associated with shipping and mass manufacturing. Using second-hand fabrics, dead stock fabric, or leftover material from manufacturers, or even eco-friendly materials like linen and hemp minimizes waste and environmental damage, and creating custom high-quality items that last longer leads to a smaller overall wardrobe turnover. Additionally, sewing skills allows for the creation of reusable alternatives to single-use plastics such as cloth bags, beeswax wraps, and reusable wipes. further encouraging a zero-waste lifestyle. Okay, so I might not have gotten you to be fully set on having sewing as your new hobby, but let me give you an overview. So obviously, it's a versatile craft for creating and repairing textiles, but it offers many mental health benefits like stress relief, creativity, and it helps with sustainability because it helps you manage your carbon footprint by making conscious and repairing items. And it helps you save money on alterations and repairs, and you can make custom gifts. But back to the mental health benefits. It helps you meditate, it reduces your anxiety, and it helps boost self-confidence as you create items. You can design unique garments that fit perfectly to your body and upcycle old clothes. And it's really easy to get started too. All you need is a sewing machine or even beginner kits, thread, scissors, pins, and a seam ripper, obviously, for mistakes. Practice machine exercises on paper and learn simple seams, and that's all you need to do really to do the basics. You should start with simple projects like a pillowcase, tote bag, or boxer shorts with elastic to help build skills without getting frustrated. Look for easy patterns online or in stores because they're often in beginner sections. So that should have helped you fully get concentrated on having this be your new hobby. But if not, you can always come back for next week's episode. Today's episode is 100% organic and crafted straight from the hands of myself and my amazing teacher, Miss Asia. And of course, the biggest thanks to her and the Tiger Woods Learning Lab of Anaheim for making this podcast possible.